The establishment of the present-day School of Law, Makerere University, 50 years ago in 1968, came with a huge relief to Ugandans pursuing legal profession as they stopped traveling abroad to pursue the cause.
This is the first time that there is a Chief Justice who is homegrown.
I am certainly not the first alumnus to be Deputy Chief.
From a department under social sciences with one lecturer for a whole semester and with less than 20 students, School of Law, Makerere University has grown for the last 50 years to become a center of excellence and shaped the jurisprudence of Uganda.
We were the only two full-time lecturers.
Our School of Law, Makerere University, celebrates 50 years of existence. What has been the journey like?
When we were studying here and up to 1990, there was no computer.
Achievements.
At the moment, we have a population of over 1,500 students.
Challenges.
Our infrastructure is dilapidated and outdated.
How the institution has shaped legal practice, and what does the future hold for the institution? School of Law, Makerere University has for a long time been contributing to the socio-economic development of the country. Two arms of government, the legislature and judiciary, are now led by the alumni of School of Law, Makerere University. Rebecca Kadaga, the Speaker of Parliament, Chief Justice Bart Katureebe, and their deputies are all students.
This is the first time that Uganda is having a Chief Justice who has been educated at Makerere. So, because previous Chief Justices either were foreigners, like Sir Udo Udoma was, I think, Nigerian or British, and then the first Ugandans who were trained either in UK or in Dar es Salaam. So this is the first time that there is a Chief Justice who is homegrown.
A lot of my work, the work I do even now, has to do with the law. But in addition, in my other life, I'm a human rights activist. That is how we went on to form the FIDA Uganda. You have seen our work throughout the country of the legal aid services. So the law has really been very much a part of my life.
I was at Makerere Law School, Makerere University, from 1980 to 1983. At the time, it was a 3-year course, not 4. Then, of course, I went to Law Center, and after that, I came into the world.
The Chief Executive Officer, Kampala Capital City Authority, Jennifer Musisi, and the Lord Mayor, Erias Lukwago, several ministers, judges, and members of Parliament. Others include the Principal Judge, Dr. Yorokamo Bamwine, the Director Public Prosecutions, Justice Mike Chibita.
I was able to go through the law school quite successfully. We were 5 people in our class who got upper second. First class was at that time a very rare commodity. So we were 5, and I was among those 5. And as a result, I was able to go out to do my master's in criminology immediately after graduation. I attribute that success and whatever I've achieved in life to the life at campus. at the law school.
Basically, at that time it was the only law school in Uganda. So to have been a part of the 60 who made it to that law school, yeah, it definitely has a very special place in my life. And I owe, of course, my career to the law school and professors who put in a lot of time to groom us and definitely ensure that we became the responsible citizens that we are.
I joined Makerere in 1972. At that time, it was a young department, and on about 40 students were admitted. So it was growing. We had lecturers like John Katende, Professor Sempebwa.
The current Inspector General of Police, Okoth Martin Ochola, and his predecessor, General Kale Kaihura, the current and former presidents, Uganda Law Society, are all alumni of the school, and the list is long.
We celebrate the achievement of 50 years because 90% of the lawyers we know today, and walking back the 50 years of the existence of Uganda Law Society to date, are alumni from Makerere University.
Makerere Law School has really played a big role in shaping Uganda. First of all, historically, the legal practice was done by people who are not Ugandans. The original lawyers here all came from the Asian community, not just talking about Asian community who are not citizens of Uganda, people from England. I think by and large now the legal services are provided by Ugandan lawyers.
School of Law, Makerere University, was started in 1968 by the late Professor Joseph Kakoza, who was later joined by Professor George Wilson Kanyeihamba, now a retired judge of the Supreme Court.
We were the only two full-time lecturers in the department. And part of the first thing we decided, he and I, is to travel the length and the breadth of Uganda, recruiting law students to our new baby, the Department of Law.
Justice Remi Kasule of the Constitutional Court and the chairperson Uganda Law Reform Commission, Vastina Ruchimerana Nsanze, among others, are some of the outstanding pioneer students.
At that time in East Africa, only the University of Dar es Salaam was offering the law. So all of us from Uganda, Kenya, Tanzania, we are going to the University of Dar es Salaam to pursue law. Then we were told that we in Uganda we are not going, and we had to go to Makerere University.
The teaching methods at that time were really very helpful because we didn't just have lectures, but we also had tutorials which were very helpful. And since we're a small group, it was easy for us to work in, to work together. We didn't have any problem sitting together in two groups, for example, and answering questions, looking at the exercises, discussing cases, coursework. So that was a very good experience in review.
School of Law, Makerere University, has since undergone numerous changes, making it one of the renowned law schools globally.
When we were studying here and up to 1990s, there was no computer. Not even a piece of a computer. We were using typewriters, secretaries having typewriters. Exams were cyclostyled. So I've seen a revolution in my lifetime. I even learned typing. At my master's, I didn't even know how to type. I learned typing on my PhD.
Makerere is a lot better now. Now it's full of lecturers, professors, and so on. The situation was so bad, we had teaching assistants.
When the faculty started in 1968, It started as a faculty teaching only Bachelor of Laws. It was much later in that it introduced a Master of Laws and then also a Doctor of Laws.
A number of current professors, lecturers and teaching assistants are products of the School of Law and have expressed happiness seeing their students flourish in legal practice and service.
With a lot of my former students, I've maintained contact with them. A lot of them still come back to me to tell me what they are doing, but also to tell me about their future plans and consult with me. So when you hear some of your students are out there doing great things, of course you get very happy and you are proud to know that you contributed to who they are and what they are doing.
When you look at Makerere products, they are somewhere. They are somewhere and performing national duties. So that's an achievement.
Not only has School of Law Makerere University made significant contributions within Uganda, but also a number of respected leaders in neighboring countries and beyond also studied here. Like the current Chief Justice of the neighboring Rwanda is a product of Makerere School of Law.
I think on the continent our competition is only with law schools in South Africa. Otherwise, in the rest of Africa, I think we stand out as a number one. And slowly, we are putting up stiff competition with such law schools as the law school at University of Cape Town.
Many universities coming to collaborate with the school, entering memorandum of understanding. Chinese are here. We've been going to China. They're trying to get collaboration. UK, they want to collaborate with Makerere Law School.
Some of the professors also boast of the prestige and respect received while abroad when one gets to know that you're a product of School of Law, Makerere University.
Our excellent students are still being admitted in Harvard and Cambridge, in top universities in the world. And whenever we travel into these universities as professors, we hear the feedback. You know, Makerere students. You get my point? At least for the law school here.
The current generation of students also believes that what the School of Law offers to them is remarkable, and being at the school still remains a golden opportunity.
All of us, when we were in high school, we dreamt of coming to Makerere to do law because of what we had heard about it, what it has accomplished over the past 50 years. So to be here when it's celebrating 50, it's really special for us. We feel privileged to be part of an institution like this that has produced some of the greatest people in the country.
Away from classroom contribution to the human resource to the country, the School of Law has also been involved in a number of community projects like the famous Public Interest Law Clinic and Refugee Law Project.
The School of Law has made a tremendous contribution in the human resource sector, in the law and the jurisprudence sector, but also in research, in outreach programs. So yes, the school has grown by leaps and bounds in very many forms.
Though numbers of students at the school has largely increased, this has led to congestion exacerbated by poor and outdated infrastructure.
The most common challenge is, of course, resources. We have limited resources. Our infrastructure is dilapidated and outdated. We are not in a position to deliver certain services, to increase the number of students because of dilapidated infrastructure.
We have what we call a bottom-heavy kind of arrangement, where most of our staff are assistant lecturers. They have done 1 degree, 2 degrees, the masters, but to move from assistant lecturer position, you need to have a PhD and become a lecturer. So we have so many stagnating at assistant lecturer level. Okay. My wish is that they could be motivated to do their doctoral programs so that they are able to be promoted up the ladder.
We are not engaging in research as much as we should, as much as a university should, because government is not funding research as a core function of a school. As much as we have undertaken some research, it's mainly supported by development partners. It raises questions of sustainability.
Those 45 staff are not enough because we have expanded and we are overworked. You teach from morning, then you have evening classes. By 10 o'clock, you are really tired. 10 o'clock at night when we finish, you are really tired. So we need to increase on the number of teachers so that people can teach and rest.
The relationship between the school and the alumni has not been tapped into as well in the fast tracking of the development of School of Law, Makerere University. According to Andrew Kauka, an alumnus and judiciary technical advisor who has also been the chairperson committee that developed the alumni constitution, efforts are underway to mobilize and unite for a better School of Law, Makerere University.
What is key in the constitution is us coming together. And when we come together, we can achieve quite a number of things. For example, one of the objectives of the Alumni Association is for us to be able to come up with an endowment fund which will be able to support a number of activities of the School of Law. But we also know that there could be a number of ideas that each of the alumni could have, and these ideas can only be managed together well for the benefit of the association if we are all under the same umbrella.
The alumni believe that if the just formed association manages to unite all of them, great achievements await School of Law, Makerere University.
Early this parliament, I told members that we should look for the alumni of that faculty, we form an association and start late. But when we graduate, people go. They leave the country, they go to different towns and so on.
Faculty of Law is still the same the way I left it. I think we need to see a construction of new, better and modern structures. And that can only happen if the School of Law does a partnership with its alumni.
Despite the challenges, authorities and the alumni of School of Law, Makerere University believe the future is bright.